Hey guys, back at it. This is day 195 in my 1 year daily diary challenge. This challenge was prompted after I completed a 100-day challenge, and that challenge was prompted through a meditation session. I just felt really led a few times that this is something I needed to do. And it's kind of crazy because at that point and previously, my personality was not at all one who would want to be out here and recording and posting and just being vulnerable and completely authentic with everybody. So quite a shift in what I would normally do. So it took a little bit of nudge for me to complete that, but I'm so glad I did. And I thank you guys are here listening in, supporting me that way. This is completely raw, unedited, just record and post daily diaries. So some days might be really exciting. I might get on my soapbox and talk about little issues that I'm passionate about. Some days might be really boring and just basics of, the day. If you like it, if you don't, it doesn't really matter. I'm here for myself, just fulfilling this desire to post my year and, I'm thankful that you guys are here along for the ride. So let's get into day 195. So today is a Monday and the kids are still with their dad. He usually takes them to school on Monday mornings, when he has them for the weekend. So I had a little bit of a relaxing morning and, just did my normal routine of vibration therapy, sauna, grounding mat, acupressure. I actually was looking, though, over Christmas at the compression therapy that you can purchase for your home now. That's kind of like what I do at the Restore Hyper Wellness place, but I'm not going to get into that, especially with moving and needing to, I don't want to carry as much stuff over there. And so if I have the compression, I can do it, restore. That's great for me. Anyway, so I got to my morning routine, got into all of that, shower, dressed, downstairs to make myself some coffee and also to load everything I have purged into my trunk and take that to the thrift store. I also loaded the car with a few other things that I needed to do for errands. The plan today was to hang out with a friend of mine in the afternoon just to do some full moon stuff and catch up and chat and just so lots of errands and catch up with my friend. And usually we hang out for like 2 to 3 hours. So that was a big chunk of time I was saving aside. Kind of as I was moving through the morning, doing different things, my son texted me saying he wasn't feeling well and that if I could come pick him up. I did ask him some questions like how he was feeling, what exactly was, causing his sickness. So, I was able to get to a few of my errands, and then he said that his ribs were really hurting. He fell and they were bruised. So I just decided that, if he was really insistent about not feeling well, then I should just go. And so I went in the afternoon. The day for him did count as a full day. Picked him up, had a little chat with how he was feeling. He was super excited to see me, and I told him sick days are no technology days. They're resting days. They're feeling better days. So he was very excited to be on board with that. And we talked, and he said that, he fell and kind of like bruised up his ribs a little bit, and they were just like really in pain. And so we talked about his weekend, and he had a really great weekend outside of being at his dad's house, which was sad. He did get to go hang out with his two buddies in person, and they did a lot of outside play and fun times with snow. Then he found a lizard actually in this, 20, 30 degree weather. He found a lizard hanging out outside, and he caught it and was kind of like playing with it for a bit. Also, he was outside playing with snow. So he had no technology. He was home. He was kind of resting. Once he was done playing with the snow and his lizard, and as he was doing that, I was inside kind of getting more things situated on Marketplace that I have been pulling aside to sell, which is really exciting because I listed everything, and then I had 2 people respond for different items. So it's nice to get things moving quickly. But anyway, so he was done outside play, and I told him that he needed to shower earlier than later because it would help him feel better. It would, clean off any kind of funk he had. And he did that. It took him a long time to get in the shower, but he did. So he was just really energetic and happy and playing and in a good mood when he was here. So I do appreciate that I was able to help him do that. So he got in the shower and he was all cleaned up, and I made dinner for everybody because by this time my daughter was home from school. I picked her up from the bus stop, and we all had dinner together, talking about the weekend and what they got into or things that we have coming up in the week. And this week is my birthday week. So, I'm not putting too much pressure on anybody to celebrate it because it's my birthday, and, all I need is just hugs and love and that. So anyway, I was talking to my daughter about birthday, and she was like, "Oh crap, your birthday's coming up. I got to do something." And I was like, "No, you don't have to do anything. It's fine." So my son, after his shower and eating dinner, he was just kind of gone for a little bit. And when I went up to check on him, he was in his bed and he was completely asleep. So he fell asleep kind of early in the evening, and I just kept checking on him. He didn't have a temperature. He was, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. Maybe he was just overly tired. So he actually slept the whole night until my daughter and I went to bed, and then he was still asleep. So a lot of rest he needed. I'm sure if you're feeling overly tired like that it does present itself as, feeling sick in some way. So I'm glad he was able to come home and disconnect and have like a really genuine playtime and then get some rest. So I'll have to check in with him tomorrow and see how he's feeling. But I don't think he had any real like sickness other than just being overly tired. He has been sleeping a lot, like I've been mentioning, sleeping in all the time. Maybe he's super like in a growth spurt phase because I feel like I keep getting him new shirts and pants and then they're like shrinking. So he could be just, growing a lot and needing a lot of extra sleep and stuff. So, but I'm here to support them. And that's, again, why I stepped away from my 9 to 5 to be more present and here for my kids, to be here when they need me. Yes, they're, getting older, but they still need me in this transition. My daughter just turned 14 and my son is about to turn 11. I don't want to go out and find a job that's going to occupy all of my time and take it away from them while they're in a transition of growing up and needing support. It doesn't mean that I'm going to be irresponsible and, not provide for them, but this is something I'm very passionate about, is just being there for my kids and supporting them. And I think I thought about it in a different way too, like with my son always texting me and asking me to pick him up from school. Whether I pick him up or not, whether he's actually sick or not, either way, if I always pick him up when he asks me and I always lean into his needs 100%, or the opposite, if I don't, and I gotta ignore or push to the side, like, oh, you're not sick, I don't need to pick you up, you need to be responsible and be at school. Either way, he's going to take it with his perspective, either in a positive way or a negative way, because that's what happens when we're younger, when we're teens, even when we're adults. We see things through our lens and we take it in a certain way. No matter what the intention was, no matter what that person meant to have happen. So let's say that I never pick him up from school when he says he's sick, because unless the school's telling me he's sick with a temperature check or whatnot, I don't believe it, or I just want him to be responsible. Then he can grow up and say, well, mom was never there for me. She never picked me up from school. She never believed me. She never understood me. It could be in a negative way, even though my thing would be wanting him to complete a day's school, be responsible, XYZ. Or on the opposite side, like if I'm always playing into it, picking him up, catering to his, whims, I might be thinking, oh, I'm supporting him, I'm loving him, I'm showing him, that I'm always here for him. He could see it in a different way now or when he's older, like, oh, my mom never cared enough to have me finish a day of school. She, like, whatever. So either way, no matter what my intentions are towards his situations, he could take it different ways, whether I want him to or not. So my thing for like my kids is trying to create a healthy balance of, yes, I'm willing to be there for you and take care of you and I got your back no matter what. And then also, hey, we need to follow through with responsibilities and, teach them lessons. So it's a challenging thing to be more in tune with that. And then also to know that no matter what I do, I have to be strong in my convictions. I have to be emotionally intelligent and healthy towards them so that they see that. And I also can't predict or change their opinions of what's happening or the situation. So it's not my job to tell them how to take something. It's my job to let them take it a certain way and then be able to express it to me if it's, a problem. So, yeah, I'm so glad that he was able to have a really good sleep and rest. And I was able to hang out with my daughter. And I've been personally in a marathon of Lost, which I kind of got her into as well. So we were both watching Lost and she was getting into it and getting just caught up in the story. And she was doing some homework and I helped her with that. But yeah, it's been a really good Monday, kind of busy, lots of stuff going on, and then yet not. So the rest of this week is going to be more going through stuff, trying to get all the stuff that I listed for sale sold. Trying to find a cargo van that I can take one way from here to Florida, just load everything up in it and get on down there. But for some reason it's been challenging for me to find a cargo van. A lot of them are those big box moving vans, which is not what I want. But anyway, I will wrap it up here. And thank you guys for supporting me by listening in, for just being present. Like, share, subscribe, all the things, none of the things, doesn't really matter. I just love you guys, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow. Peace.